solve for x. They give us this very challenging expression. So we're going to need to solve that for x. Let me bring it down here. 8 to the 3x minus 2 is 10 to the 10x minus 4 power. So what do we do when we have x's in power? When x is in the power zone, at some point we need to ln both sides, don't we? We need to take the natural log. So I'm going to take the natural log of this side and the natural log of that side, 8 to the 3x minus 2, and this is 10 to the 10x minus 4. So we put the natural log on both sides. And then step 2, so that, let me move that down. So there is step 1. Let me draw this kind of a, well, here, let me just draw this. So that was all step 1, ln of both sides. And now step 2, powers drop down to the front. So this power here is going to drop down to the front, and this power here is going to drop down to the front of the natural log. So 3x minus 2, and you got to have parentheses around the 3x minus 2 and the 10x minus 4, because that way the whole 3x minus 2, the whole thing, is multiplied by the natural log of 8, and the whole 10x minus 4 is multiplied by the natural log of 10, because the whole thing was the powers, so the whole things need to be multiplying. That's what the parentheses say. Okay, so now we're going to distribute. ln of 8 is going to distribute through these parentheses. So we're going to get 3x ln 8 minus 2 ln 8 equals, let me get this out of the way, and then this is going to distribute 10x ln 10 minus 4 ln 10. So we just multiplied through there. Now we have a new issue. Let me bring a wall over here. We have x in 2 places. What do you do when you have x in 2 places? Well, step 1, get the x's, or I should say the x terms. Get the x terms on the same side. So this x term and this x term, there's 4 terms, 2 of them have x's. Get those guys on the same side. So I'll grab this guy and jump him this way, and I'll grab this term and jump him that way. So that'll give me 3x ln 8. And remember, when things jump to the other side, they switch their sign. So this 10x ln 10 jumps over, becomes minus 10x ln 10 equals. And then this minus 2 ln 8 jumps to the other side of the equal sign, right? That's what they're jumping over, is the equal sign. It becomes positive 2 ln 8. And this guy is still there, minus 4 ln 10. See what happened there? Here's the equal sign. That's the wall of separation right there. So now we have both, notice both the x terms are on the same side, and the other side has no x's. So that's step 1. Now we need to come on down here, and we're going to say on step 2, factor out the x with like a big old parenthesis. So take out the x. What does that leave? 3 ln 8 minus 10 ln 10 equals, and the other side hasn't changed. And now, and divide. Step 3 is divide. So you just divide both sides by that whole mess. 3 ln 8, everything in the parenthesis, minus 10 ln 10. Whatever you do to one side, got to do the same thing to the other. Boom, boom. X is alone. Okay, so now we need to hit the buttons on our calculator. Now it's easy to mess up when you're putting this into your calculator. So you want to make sure when you're doing this that when you type in the numerator, you have to hit equals when you're done with the numerator before you divide. Oh, and you also need parentheses. Yeah, that's the best way. You should really, let me change my story a little bit. Just put parentheses around the top and the bottom, and it'll all be good. Kind of messing that up. This was a 10 here. So yeah, put parentheses around the top and parentheses around the bottom, and it'll work. So x will equal, let me just show you exactly, parenthesis 2 ln 8 minus 4 ln parenthesis 10. And then you need another parenthesis. Probably be best if I just showed y by making these a little bit different color. Yeah. So how about I just make these blue? Those parentheses divided by, and then we're going to have these parentheses, and then the denominator, 3 ln parenthesis 8 minus 10 ln parenthesis 10. So you need the blue parentheses for the whole numerator and the whole denominator, dividing like that on your calculator. So I'll do it also and tell you what I get. All right, I'm getting 0.300900539, and it goes on even a little further. Let's see if we got the right answer. Yep, looks like the right answer. So there we go.